did this session, a similar session a few years ago. And so when somebody repeats the invitation, so it means I did a decent enough job last time. So thank you again for inviting me. You know, I have been associated with a number of business schools, okay, in various capacities. I studied at Calcutta, then I went to Wharton. I've been on the boards of 3 IIMs, Ahmedabad, Calcutta, Udaipur. Currently I am in Udaipur. I've been on other boards. 3 of those ecosystem partners, I have actually done convocation speeches. I did a convocation speech at LIBA. Where is the director of LIBA? I don't see him, okay. I did a convocation speech at 4 and I did a convocation speech at Great Lakes, okay. I've done about 35 commencement and convocation speeches at the various business schools in India. I teach. I have, I think, a reasonably good understanding of what's happening in business schools. And so what I'll try to bring over the next 20-30 minutes is my perspective on what's happening out there in business schools, but more important, how you as business school ecosystem leaders must look at the future of business schools and what you should be doing right now in order to win in a future world, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. So, as I mentioned, I've seen dramatic change over the last 12 years that I've been on business school boards. And I think I will see even more change now. And in every business school board, I keep pushing them to change much faster than where they are right now. Because the world is not going to wait. If you don't change as a business school, the world will pass you by, okay? That's my first message to you. So, first let's look at the gross numbers. Globally, there are 14,000 institutions, call them colleges, call them business schools, call them universities, whatever you might want to call them, which offer an MBA degree. Out of those 14,000, India has 6,000 of them. So clearly, we've chosen quantity over quality. And that's the first thing that you seriously need to think about, to say, I'm in a business school, am I driving quality? Quantity in terms of either students, quantity in terms of either courses, quantity in terms of anything that you might want to think about is not the smartest thing I recommend right now in a future world. Focus on quality. Quality means differentiation, not more of the same. You have to differentiate yourself against everybody else. That's what quality means, okay. You have to stand for something which is extremely unique. So, focus on quality is my first message to all of you. So, I have 12 thoughts for you over the next, I have 27 minutes left. I'm sure I'll finish well within time. These 12 thoughts are a distillation of my last 12 years on business school boards, plus also what I think is going to happen in a future world in all my interactions. So, number one, why do students do an MBA? Our consumer, if we are a business school, is the student. He is our consumer. Why does a consumer come to us? 56% of the time, people come to enhance their financial status. As simple as that. And many times in business schools, and the IIMs and business schools have asked me to come and speak to professors. Professors say, are we an assembly line? Are we manufacturing students only on salary? It is true. The earlier you accept it, the better it is. So many times professors are living in the 1960s right now. You need to change. Today students want advancement in their financial situation, number one. Number two, they feel that their basic degree will not take them far. Be it a BA, be it a BSc, be it a BTech, BE, whatever it is, they are saying this degree alone will not satisfy my emotion and happiness of the runway. I need a second degree. These are the 2 reasons why people come to a business school. And if you understand this as business schools, if you understand your consumer very clearly, then you will ensure that your actions meet those expectations. That's my first point to you. Point 1. Point 2 is the MBA is today segmented by time and segmented by function. And there's rapid segmentation happening. 20 years ago, we only had the 2-year MBA. and everything was similar. There was a sea of similarity. There was no differentiation. Today we have a 24-month MBA, which is in most institutes the core program. We have an 18-month, we have a 15-month, we have a 12-month, we have a 6-month. And we have online, we have weekend, we have executive, all kinds of segmentation by time. Then we have by specialization. We have supply chain, we have digital, we have marketing, okay, we have sustainability, we have public policy. So time and function are the two variables of differentiating an MBA. So now ask yourself, what is your portfolio? How are you managing your portfolio on this time dimension and function dimension? And you have to hit the right sweet spot in getting this. Having said that, I must tell you that the specialization ones, like supply chain, digital marketing, etc., if you go beyond a batch size of 70, 75, it's a challenge for you. Because there's not enough people, not enough industry practitioners willing to take those students on roll. So there is a limitation of batch size in each of the specializations. That's what I'm seeing in every business school. So watch out for that. Okay. The core will always be the big program, which is the 2-year or a 1-year. That will be the core. Okay. That's point number 2. Point number 3, fees will not be the model of the future. Fees will not be the model of the future. Now, step back, and it's always good to look at history and say, why is somebody saying something? Why am I saying this? If you look at the early business schools, they were all government-led business schools. Calcutta, where I studied, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, etc. So, there the government built the institutions and said, hey, go run it. And so, the government took care of everything, so fees was fine. That's the same model we followed year on year. But today when the government sets up a new IIM, it says I'm giving you 500 crores, but you have to pay the interest on it. You don't need to return the capital, but you need to pay the interest on it. That's what the government is saying. So today fees is not going to save your skin. Not a chance. If fees is not going to change your thing, what else is going to change it? Executive development programs, naming rights of colleges, naming rights of buildings, okay, more research. Your non-fee stream has to be bigger than your fee stream. Fees will not see you through, is my simple point. So start thinking differently. So fees, starting salary, batch size. Here's an interesting point. If you expand the batch size to 200 or 300, your starting salary drops. Your starting salary drops, you don't get enough students. It's a natural thing. Okay, you don't get enough students, you can't charge the fees. All three are correlated. Trust me. And I said to all the professors here that students want a higher starting salary when they start, and all of you keep debating it. The reason for that is today 70% of students take a loan to come and do their MBA. 70%. We did a strategy session for the XLRI board on the 9th of this month in their Jajjar campus. For XLRI, it's 95%. Think about it. If I am a student and I'm taking a loan to come, then it is every right in my head to say, I want the best salary so that I can repay my loan. I've hawked 2 years. Nothing wrong in it. That is our consumer. And that's what we should seriously think about. Okay? Point number 4. What are the ingredients of a top business school? The ingredients of a top business school are rockstar faculty, great quality students, industry connect, and I'll touch on industry connect. And these three must lead to what I call a multi-dimensional campus experience, a very good campus experience. Let's start with rockstar faculty. Rockstar faculty. When Peter Drucker moved to Santa Clara, a number of students signed up for Santa Clara. When people go to Harvard, they go to, in the past, a Clayton Christensen. Today, a Nitin Noria. Okay, a Srikant Datar. Okay. In Kellogg's, people would go to learn from Kotler or Bala of Great Lakes. In Wharton, people go to listen to Peter Capelli. So rockstar faculty is absolutely key to attracting good quality students. And you should do everything to promote rockstar faculty. Do not get insecure by having rockstar faculty. Rockstar faculty is good. Let me give you a simple example. In the last 30 years in India, the two rockstar faculty in marketing have been Labdi Bhandari in IIM Ahmedabad and Sharad Sareen in XLRI. Nobody else. Nobody else. So it makes us think, why are we not promoting rockstar faculty? The more rockstar faculty you promote, the better it is for your school. Do not let them be behind the curtain. Great quality students, all of you follow the CAT, you have your own exams, ZAT, this, that, etc. And you're doing the cutoff, that's fantastic. I talked about fees not being the model. Let me explain now. Industry Connect. When we talk of Industry Connect, you have the main program, which is your 2-year program. Then you have the short programs, which are the 1-year programs, 6-month programs, etc. But the bigger one is the management development program. The management development programs which you do for corporations. There are many more corporations out there in the world. There are 5,200 listed companies. There are 64 million MSMEs. And there are tons of companies which are public and private. That pie is a continuous education stream. They need constant education as the world changes. As more turbulence happens, every 2 years they want to learn something new. That is the bigger market. The bigger market is not the students and the fees. And that's what everybody is forgetting. If you really want to be a successful business school of the future, you have to get your Management Development Act right. When you do that, you produce rockstar faculty, you produce great research, you produce Industry Connect. All three will happen. That is the route to go. There are a few business schools, I won't name them. By the year 2026, I think, 25, 26, this business school, their management development revenue will be higher than their fees revenue. It's a very big business school. So they're already thinking like that. They're already pushing the boundaries there. So just ask yourself, what is the addressable market of executive education? That is much bigger than the market of student education, as simple as that. Okay? So these are the 3 ingredients of a top business school. Never ever, if push comes to shove, these are only 3 things you need to remember. Everything else is, interrelated. Point number 5. Okay, placement is absolutely crucial. Why? People come for money, people have taken a loan. So placement today is a 12-month activity. It is not a 2-month activity. Business schools are not recognizing this. And what do business schools do? And many, in the top 10 also, as ranked by Business World, etc., they have outsourced the placement to students. Students run it. It cannot work. It cannot work. The institute must take ownership of placement. You must have a professional CEO of placement. You must have a team for placement. Students cannot do it as a side gig. They're studying and also do the side thing. Because this is an institution to institution relationship, a B2B relationship. Students do not have a horizon of more than 3 months. They come, they just want to call 10 companies, okay, they will interact with them, shake hands with them. We are not developing them by, giving this role to them. We are not. And that is the answer I get from some of the business schools where I challenge them, no, Shiv, we are developing them. Sorry, you are not. You are abdicating your responsibility. You are not developing them. Okay? So, you must handle placement. Next, for many companies, summer equals finals. If they see the student for 8 weeks, they find him good, they say, let me continue with him. So that's why I say placement is a 12-month activity. Anybody who signs up for any program with you, 6 month, 1 year, executive MBA, weekend MBA, whatever it is, they want an outcome. And that outcome is placement. It's your responsibility. So think of placement as being one of the crucial pillars of success of a future B school. Put highly capable people there. Or I've also recommended this. Outsource it to a headhunting firm. Give it away to a Korn Ferry, give it away to a Stuart Spencer, give it to a Russell Reynolds and say, you manage my placement. That's a far smarter thing to do. Many institutions today have outsourced a number of things. I went to IIM Raipur to speak at one of the functions, Ranchi, sorry, IIM Ranchi. IIM Ranchi has outsourced all admin facilities to a third party. Okay, fantastic. You don't need clerks, you don't need sweepers, you don't need carpenters, you don't need plumbers on your payroll. Why do you need it? In fact, in some of the business schools, I'm pushing them to say, why do you need to run a hostel? Why don't you give it away to OYO? Give it to somebody else. Have an SLA. Your core is teaching. Your core is not to run the campus. There are other people who can do it more efficiently for you than you can do it yourself. So stick to your core. Okay? So placement, very, very crucial. Every student who does any type of program expects outcome support from you. Please, please think about it. Number 6, all business schools talk of developing global leaders. Pause for a moment and ask, what is global? Is global the topics that you cover? For example, international trade, international politics, is that being global or preparing global leaders? Is it about visits? My students are visiting America, my students are visiting Milan, my students are visiting Singapore. Is it about visits and exchange programs? Is that global? Is it about projects? Truly global means you also have global recruiters. That's what global means. When they value your MBA. So if you get a recruiter from Italy or Spain or Indonesia to come to your business school and say, we want to hire your students, that is global. Global does not mean a token representation in terms of topics covered or 3-4 faculty who have taught somewhere. That's not global to me. Truly global means you're producing leaders for global corporations. That's the final end point. Okay? All the others will come in between. Number 7, the future will be about skills. There's no doubt about it. And more important, soft skills. The syllabus should reflect that. I was asking a business school some time ago, how many courses on AI do you have? We have 1 course. Now think about it, 1 course in AI. How many courses in sustainability do you have? We have 2. If you are serious about sustainability, it must be part of every single course. What does sustainability in supply chain mean? What does sustainability in economics mean? What does sustainability in finance mean? What does sustainability in marketing mean? There must be elements of sustainability in every single course. Offering 1 course does not make you a sustainability school. So, broad base the key topics of AI, sustainability, DEI, ESG, etc. into all the courses that you offer. That's when you are being future ready. 1 course does not make you future ready, all the professors here. Number 8, fewer companies have management trainee programs, and management trainee program time span is shrinking. When I started, my management trainee program was 18 months. Today, company, like I was talking to VGuard day before yesterday, because the VGuard people were competing in one of the management association contests, and they were talking about the management trainee program. I asked them, how long is your management trainee program? 6 months. You know why? Industry does not have the patience. We don't have the patience to invest in people for 18 months and say after 18 months this person is ready. Nope. Today industry wants a person who is up and ready, running. Hits the ground running at full speed. That's what the industry wants. Okay. So we want a finished product, somebody who is practical and grounded, but yet knows future concepts. That's the kind of student we want. Somebody who's a go-getter, who's got the attitude, who's positive, who can work with people, who can solve problems, who can think critically. That's the kind of student we want to start producing results virtually from day 1. Is it an unfair expectation? Possibly. But that's the expectation we have. Online courses have mushroomed, and I think Anurag mentioned about COVID, etc. Online courses have mushroomed. But when I look at all the data and speak to all the students who've done online courses, every one of them, each and every one of them wants a campus experience. For example, if people sign up for a 1-year executive MBA online course, they want at least 6 visits to the campus of 2 days each. They're saying online we can learn, fine. For doubt clarification, the teaching assistant is useful, he can help us. But we want to interact with the other students and learn from them. That can only happen through a campus experience, not online. I cannot reach out to Anurag, I cannot reach out to somebody else online to, to share experiences. That can only happen there. And next, there is a pride in visiting a campus. Okay, Anurag was mentioning LinkedIn. I cannot tell you the number of people who post, I am at Harvard next to that 1600 Soldiers Field board. Everybody stands behind that and posts. Now, everywhere in every institution, people stand at the entrance, huge dome, whatever it is, and the symbol and the plaque and post. There is pride. The premium in online courses comes through the campus experience, not through online. That's what you need to recognize. This is what our consumer wants. Okay? So make the campus experience an absolute wow. Okay? One of the colleges, I won't name them who, actually do something interesting. Twice a year in a 1-year program, they actually ask the student to bring his wife or kids also if they have. Say, come to our campus. That's an even bigger wow. Okay? Number 10, every B school needs, I believe, doubling, tripling of your PhD students. You are way off the mark here right now. You don't have any PhD students, let me be honest. You need doubling, tripling. If you have 100 faculty, I submit to you, you need at least 60 to 75 PhD students. These PhD students will be great research assistants, great teaching assistants, will produce research papers, and will be the future pipeline of teachers. This is an area where every business school is failing. If you go back to your rankings, this is one area where you need to improve. So, blanket, triple, quadruple, double your PhD student intake. And trust me, it will have a dramatic impact on your pedagogy. Not ordinary, dramatic impact. In every board that I am on right now, I am on 5 business school boards right now, I am pushing this change very, very significantly. I am saying do this. It doesn't matter, but do this. This is the investment for the future. Okay? Number 11. I must also tell you what B school should stop doing. Okay, 3 things I believe B school should stop doing. Number 1, game rankings. Not worth it. Focus on quality, your ranking will automatically come. Today we are gaming rankings. For example, one of the IIMs, I won't name them who for embarrassment, their intake ratio this year of boys to girls is 10-90. 90% girls. Now tell me, on what basis can you justify that? On what basis can you justify that? This is like a one-child policy in China. It's going to hurt you. You have to think about it. So don't game the rankings with a variable in mind. Focus on quality, the rest will follow. Okay? Number 1. Number 2, do not balloon placement salary reporting. In fact, in the last Udaipur board, Mr. Banerjee, who is from the Ministry of HRD, I told him, sir, please have a standard way of calculating starting salary. Why don't you mandate this? You'll be shocked to know that the IIMs follow different routes to reporting starting salary. Now go back to what I said. What does our consumer want? He wants a starting salary which is higher than fees paid. We have to be honest and transparent. We talk of governance. We talk of transparency as a business school. Why are we not being transparent about salaries? Why are we, couching that in various language? There's a business school here in Delhi, I won't name who, they take ESOPs for the next 5 years as part of starting salary. Makes no sense. That inherently is unethical. So I think if there's one advice I'd give you, and I'm pushing this with the government also, the government must clearly say, this is what constitutes starting salary, please report this, that's it. Otherwise, we are misleading our students. In marketing parlance, it's called puffery in advertising. And if we want to produce leaders, we should not be doing that. Because all the students know it. They know the truth before you. Okay? And the third one, Business schools tend to be very hierarchical by function. Collaboration between functions is a big challenge. With the new education policy, NEP, etc., you have to promote not hierarchy, but horizontal way of working. Because the student has an option of horizontal colleges, not just horizontal functions in your college. He can pick 3 months somewhere else. He can get a degree somewhere else. So don't think hierarchy, think horizontal. This is something that all business schools need to do. Business schools, unfortunately, tend to be hierarchical. Okay? And my last and 12th point, I have still 5 minutes to go, is in your business school, have what I call a future dean. Most business school syllabus or course matter has not changed for many years. Change it every 2 years. The dean academics typically tends to do this, but they don't do this for 6-10 years. It's very important for you. Every 2 years relook at your syllabus. For example, the marketing taught by Philip Kotler is very different from the marketing practice today. So if you're still reading Kotler, you have a serious issue. You have to do something else. So have a future dean whose only job is to refresh syllabus every 2 years, every 24 months. That's how you will be relevant to a future world. You will not be relevant by teaching 1990s concepts in 2025. So, in summary, India has 6,000 of the 14,000 business schools. We have prioritized quantity over quality. The true differentiator of a business school is quality. So what matters in a business school? I want to go back and quickly refresh all your points for you. People come for the fees. The salary they earn, they pay a fees, and they're taking a loan. That's what our consumer wants. Don't deny him that. Don't grudge him that. As B school professors, be large-hearted. Okay? It's segmented by time and function. The core is the 2-year MBA. Fees will not be the future business model. Executive education will be, in my book, if you do it right. Okay? The 3 ingredients of a business school: rockstar faculty, great student, industry connect. Placement is a 12-month activity. Have a professional placement cell. Do not abdicate it to students. This is a B2B institutional mode. Students forget it. All business schools talk of developing global leaders. Think of what global means. The future will be about skills. Having one course does not make you ready in sustainability or ESG or AI or whatever it is. It has to be embedded in all the courses. AI in finance, AI in marketing, AI somewhere else, etc. Okay? Most companies want a finished product of what you're teaching people. Online courses, the premium is in the campus experience, not online. Double, triple, quadruple PhD students. And stop gaming rankings, work collaboratively, and more important, have a standard way of reporting placement. So that's all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Anurag, for inviting me. All the very best.